Okay. I got this squared away, I believe. So here we are. That didn't help. Here we are. This is a VM. We're going. Here's our my.Panessas. Welcome to Technical Support. This is our example account. Here's today. Here, as we see, are our most recent PanFS releases. Here are various things. So what we were looking at is downloads. Other software. And this is just kind of compendium of anything that doesn't fit the other categories. Here's Supermicro switch firmware. These are Grafana, which is a version of PanView, which we haven't talked about. This is the ASD NIC firmware for the Supermicro. Oh no, this is to be installed on the ASD 200 as a hotfix. Upgrading PanFS is also does this. Here's the Supermicro top switch configuration if you're using ASD 100s. See, that's text. So I'm just going to do this and we see the actual configuration. These are the router scripts that we were talking about. The software version doesn't matter at all about these. These are the same scripts. They're almost never updated. So you don't say, I need to have a 9.3.3 version. We very rarely update these. So let's say that you're running RHEL 9. The RHEL 8 failover script almost certainly will work for you. These are just scripts that basically any RL script will work on that. Any SLES script will work on any SLES version. There's more Supermicro versions. Here is the Mellanox top switch. This is the binary form. These are all binaries, and these release notes. Oops, need to put those on there. This is Onyx firmware. This is the text version for the Mellanox, and this just shows you what the configuration is. Yes, you know, wanted to know. Okay. This is a whole lot of stuff. If we wanted to search for firmware, we could. Where's our search box? It doesn't look like other software has a search box. Direct-Flow Client does. Perhaps we need to add that, but that's not a very big deal. Okay, so now let's look at the knowledge base. What would we like to find? Any suggestions?
How about how to replace a hard drive?
Ah, okay. So we're going to go hardware OSDs. Okay. That on our classic storage blades, you didn't replace hard drive, so it's not up there at the top. it's there, but let's say, let's search. Let's search for drive. These are kind of old. This is the Franken blade, where we had an emergency replacement if we were too many down. We had good hard drives, but a bad motherboard. But this one is the one that we want. We just click on that. And here are our procedures. Okay. So it first says, verify that the node is in failed, drained, or not activated space. And then it has a link to see more detail on this. So that opens the article that talks about replacing OSDs generally. But we're going to go back to the original knowledge base article, and here we are. Set the LED on the load, flash the drive, etc. Turn this off, maybe. Make sure that we recognize the drive. We got an example. All the knowledge base articles are written in Panoply, not the GUI. Reinitialize the node. This article doesn't actually exist, but I went ahead and linked it. Let's just do that. I linked it and made it as a draft article, and it's not custom reviewable. If you see this, that usually means that the article doesn't even exist. You can open a service request and say, Linda, please finish this article. So we're going back in here. But I wanted to go ahead and link this, so when I made it, the link would work. This shows that the node is back online. I didn't put this in the training because we kind of needed to get done. But if you run this keygen, then it will prevent you from getting the man in the middle node warnings if you run diexec to a node that has been reinitialized. That's strictly annoyance, and we do have some pictures on the drive replacement. Applies to referring articles. This does not have a link. This is just a list of articles. This is the keyword. This is the keywords where the search actually works. Replace drive. You know, I didn't put hard in there, but usually you would say drive, HDD, disk, and the article number. We've figured out that if you don't put the article in the keywords, it kind of finds the article, but it's about 4th or 5th on the list, which is annoying. Okay. You go back to search results or new search, which goes back to all knowledge base articles. Let's say we wanted to search for permissions. This is our cross protocol environment monster article. This is something kind of old. This is failed to commit 80 changes, could not find the domain controller. This is how do I read an ACL? This is Bouchon's fine work. And just kind of tells you what all these things mean. And you can see there's a wide variety of issues here. This is opening a file in concurrent write mode. You see, this is fairly old. PanFAP apps 3.0.7 and higher. I've kind of deleted that whenever we do this, but it actually is still good. But if You asked us if this was still good. We would review it right quick and then update this last reviewed date. The tracing, usually we guide, we actually, that should just be logs. Oh, that's for permissions. Let's go back to all knowledge base articles. Tracing logs. We have a lot of articles here, which you will see attached to your service requests from time to time. A lot of these we use more, but we don't necessarily attach to the service request because we have actually given you the commands as a part of your service request. Let's look at home, support. There are knowledge base articles, service request. Here is the content tab where we can look at various things. Come on. There it is. Okay. All libraries. All libraries, all kinds of things. So let's look at some libraries that you have. These are end of availability notices. And the support for 9.2 and availability for the ASH storage blades. We can look for third-party product documentation. This is where the Mellanox and Supermicro stuff is. It's also the switch configurations. These are Panache's trainings. So here are our topics. These are the last PDFs for each one of these topics. They do not include this year's, but once I get all the little details corrected, I will upload them here. So I want to search by title. We don't want to upload all those. So here was well, I haven't uploaded these in a while, but here is the training and volumes. See, there's the slides. And I will put all these. First of all, I'm going to give you the slides in a book, hopefully like Tuesday or Wednesday or so. Go back. System administration. These are the actual books. Oh, this is the YouTube playlist. I'm not sure whether this is going to load or not. But well, somewhere in there was the whole book, and that's going to take forever to load. But all customers you don't have to have signed up for the course to get the book. You can just download it, use it. You can distribute it to your colleagues. Please do not distribute it to people who have not signed the non-disclosure agreement with Panasas. Anything else you want to see in my.Panasas? All right, stop the recording.